Hello, Siyuan. Seems like ages, but it's only been a couple of weeks.
I know. Have you recovered from Chelsea?
To be honest, not entirely, no. still,
Same here.
still trying to catch up on work and everything else, but it's getting there,
And sleep.
And sleep, yes. What about yourself?
Yeah, same. I think on one hand, it was an amazing Chelsea flower show. I'm still not really 100% recovered from it, but as I said to people, can you ever recover from Chelsea? It's so addictive. But was it a good Chelsea flower show for you?
It was. The feedback from the public was just amazing, and it really rewarded the hard work that myself and the guys put into it. So no, it's an amazing experience.
It was. And congratulations on getting your Silver Guild award.
Thank you very much. And I know where we can improve, which is a good thing. And to get that was just amazing. For first year to run it by myself, of course, with the help of Cobus and Chris, was incredible. And I feel like I've kept up the Binny's tradition, but next year we're aiming for higher.
So tell us a bit more about your gardens at Chelsea this year.
Well, ironically enough, and as most people who are watching this will understand, September Chelsea is not ideal for peonies. There's not much to be seen. So we pivoted the stand away from focusing on peonies, and we looked at the huge range of herbaceous perennials that Binny Plants do. They do about 1,200 herbaceous perennials.
Wow.
And the basic idea behind the stand was the concept of somebody's much loved homemade garden where they've put their love and their thoughts and their memories and their processes into it over a number of years to create a private garden with steps and a stone bench seat and all the sort of bits that you'd expect in somebody's garden that they've put their own heart and soul into. And then the concept was then that something's happened to those owners. They've either moved on or they maybe passed away or the next generation have come in and the garden's sort of been left to its own devices. So you could see the obviously planted things within the garden, but then sprinkled throughout you could see grasses and umbels and things starting to take over the water pail that had tipped on its side, and the bench was starting to get a bit of moss on it, and there were leaves sprinkled across the stone steps. The garden was still quite happy and still beautiful to look at, but it was just doing its own thing by itself.
It's sometimes the nature has their own plan, and it doesn't mean the nature's plan is not good compared to a manicured garden, and there are beauties in every corner. That's what created for us.
And yes, and leading on from beauty in every corner, would you like to talk a little bit about your stand?
It was quite different for me in terms of what I want to create for people, because obviously I had a trade stand, and in most people's mind, trade stand is selling products. Yes, we were selling original art, prints, scarves, interior design. But what I really wanted to create was the Peony Girl experience. So it featured interior wall and murals. Either looked like a library. You can have afternoon tea there, or lie down on the chaise lounge with a glass of wine under the moonscape, which was a quite attractive murals, and a lot of people were interested in there. And I also wanted to create the outdoor, indoor. So the painting I created, which is in my background right now, was the painting I created for the Chelsea Flower Show, as many people know in the audience. And it went through a process. And what I wanted to create, to communicate to people is that the painting is not just what you see. It's a process that, for me, started with 1st of January. My feeling was I wanted to run around in the peony field, barefoot, leap forward, jumping around, just feel free, feel happy after all the lockdown, etc. And then after a while, after I painted the peony field, I suddenly thought, actually, I want to live next to the field. That's how I created the windowsill, as if I'm living next to it.
By far, for me, what you need to publicize more is your amazing wallpaper. It is absolutely stunning.
Thank you. It was a very good feedback and sort of reaction from the public as well. So for all our audience, keep an eye on my website and our social media, that we will have more information coming up on the customized wallpaper and mural painting soon. If you remember, back in May this year, we did a Peony of the Month at the Royal Hospital, Chelsea, together. So Heath, Billy, Jens, and myself, we had a great day over there. And I then created a painting for silent auction during the Chelsea Flower Show. So I'm not going to announce the amazing results, but I can share with you guys that it went really, really well.
I'm intrigued to find out. I want to know more. But no, I'm looking forward. That's amazing news. That's great. That's great.
Thank you. Well, that's so talking about Chelsea, it's all started there. Our collaborations, Binny Plants, the Peony Girl, Jens together back in 2019. And I think that's why we wanted to introduce the Peony of the Month for September, which has a story relating to Chelsea Flower Show. Tell us about the story, Heath.
Yeah, I'll hit on the story in a second, but I'll just describe the plant so it gives you a little bit of a lead into the story as to why the story happened. So the plant itself is an herbaceous peony, and it is a big, pretty romantic, what you expect of a pink peony. It's not shocking pink. It's a really, really beautiful, subtle, just romantic and wonderful pink. And not that I'm a pink person, but here we go. But it's quite a real one. It's a new introduction, and it has it's sort of mid-season, has quite a strong scent to it, and it has these sort of petaloids in the center that sort of frame the golden heart to it. But it's a very, very beautiful peony, and as I said, it's quite rare and quite new. So because of that, and it's being such a special peony, it was actually the peony that Billy, the owner of Binny Plants, gave to Her Majesty the Queen when she came and visited our stand at the last Chelsea Flower Show, which you yourself was in attendance to, and you presented the Queen with something too, if I remember rightly.
Yes, that was a very special moment for all of us. So that year, we were very lucky to meet Her Majesty the Queen, and I presented to her a hand-painted silk fans. And I do remember that beautiful bunch of peonies called Blushing Princess that Billy presented to her. And I remember he said, "Blushing princess for a real princess, a real queen."
Yeah, Billy's a real charmer.